know, there's a great saying in the investment world. And if you look at like a racetrack as the market and you look at the horse as the business plan, smart investors bet on jockeys.
Hmm.
So we know who you are now. We know what you're capable of. We know that you're driven by deep purpose. I would put anything on a man like you. What is the mission?
Well, our mission as a company, as a corporation at Genesis Systems is to sustainably solve global water scarcity. It's been that from day one when the company was founded in January of 2007.
Why?
Because when I was flying combat missions in 2016 in the Middle East, every morning I would come back from the evening goes and flying in Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq, and we would see tanker trucks lined up as far as the eye could see, and we kept wondering what those were doing, and they were actually pulling out of the last aquifer in one of the countries we were flying in and out of, and while I was there, they depleted their last aquifer, which meant one thing. From a national security standpoint, they were entirely dependent on artificially created just-in-time water. You perish in 3 days without water, and the country had a day and a half of water supply. They only had a day and a half for 3 million people. And I knew something had to be done, but I didn't really know how to do it. And that would come later. Not a long later, but later.
You're building a heck of a team, and I got to hang out with Zach as well. Zach, can you introduce yourself and tell us what role do you play in this firm?
Yeah, so my name is Zach Mixon, and my role is really I'm the Chief Innovation Officer here at Genesis Systems, and I'm trying
Zach, maybe just bring a little. There you go. Yeah,
and I'm
just
trying to
maybe get a little background noise, and I don't want anybody to miss a piece of it.
So I'm basically trying to make those next steps forward in the company for how are we going to improve in the future, and what are we going to do to make this more accessible to everyone. And so the ways we're doing that is through kind of our size, weight, and power, trying to make the system smaller, try to bring the weight down so we can transport them easily and make them run on less power. So that's our biggest goals for the year, is kind of bring all of those down so that we can make them more accessible to everyone.
Fabulous. Okay, so now let's back up.
And Zach is working on a 5 to 10 year time horizon, because Genesis is already way beyond where we are in terms of our technical capability now that we're bringing to market. We're already 5 to 10 years out. In fact, just, I guess, 2 weeks ago, we did the first post-quantum encryption of a water system in human history, meaning that water system, a digital remote-controlled system, was unhackable with anything known to man.
Wow.
So
that's extraordinary. And so, we really hit home together, not only as, lifetime friends now, but on this mission, because for our listeners, we were looking at a lot of due diligence in atmospheric water generation over the last couple of years. And there's a statistic that came to me, Benjamin Blumenthal, who you guys met. And he basically said to me, it was like that last year at this time, every 23 seconds, a child in the world dies from water-related issues. True. It is unacceptable. And there are solutions. So the depth of what you're doing has many different applications of security, etc. But man, I mean, that alone is unacceptable.
And last night we had that moment where we looked at each other and we both said the same thing. It is unacceptable. Because the reason it's unacceptable is that it's solvable. And there is a point in, I believe, the lifetime of every human being where we move from the time where knowing is half the battle to where knowing becomes the battle. And the battle then is what to do with that knowledge, and what our responsibility as human beings is to take action, right?